feel free to sing along with me. And if you don't know the words, then you can at least sing the chorus, which is simply God, God, God. God, 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 God. From the depths of slumber as I ascend the spiral stairway of wakefulness, I will whisper, whisper, God, God, God. Thou art the food, and when I break my fast of nightly separation from thee, I will taste thee and mentally say, God, God, God. No matter where I go, the spotlight of my mind will ever keep turning on thee. And in the battle din of activity, my silent war cry will be, God, God, God. When boisterous storms of trial shriek, and when worries howl at me, I will drown their noises, loudly chanting, God, God, God. When my mind weaves dreams, dreams, with threads of memories, on that magic cloth will I emboss, God, God, God. Every night in time of sleep, deepest sleep, when my peace dreams and calls joy, joy, my joy comes singing evermore, God, God, God. In waking, eating, working, dreaming, sleeping, serving, meditating, chanting, divinely loving, my soul will constantly hum, unheard by any. God, 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 God. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. We'll take this chant into meditation, so sit up straight and prepare yourself by getting into a meditative posture with your spine straight, your shoulders back, relaxed but alert. I'm determined no more to I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to want to play. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more. I'm determined no more to play. I'm determined no more to play. Let's start our meditation with a couple of rounds of tensing and relaxing, inhaling double breath through your nose and tensing with all your might. Tense, tense, tense. Exhaling through your mouth, double breath. Pausing. And again, double inhalation. Tense, tense, tense. Exhale. Now one more time. And as you breathe in naturally, feel your energy rise up to the point between the eyebrows with each inhalation. And with each exhalation, gently let it fall down. And as you breathe in again, inhaling, you can do the simple mantra, Hong Sa, I am spirit. Inhale, Hong. Pausing at the spiritual eye for a few moments. Exhale, saw. Inhale. Exhale. We'll meditate for about 5 minutes. If you feel your attention start to wander, just bring it back. To this practice of concentration and offering your love and dedication to the divine.
Remaining in an inward state, listen to affirmations for self-healing. This week's affirmation is perseverance. Loyalty, my great spiritual teacher used to say, is the first law of God. Most people are fickle. They change their jobs, their spouses, their friends, their beliefs, their ideas, not because of any new expansion of awareness, but because they lack the simple power of perseverance. One must be loyal to one's principles and not allow oneself to be ruled by sentiment. To be loyal to others and to one's assumed goals in life, not for sentimental reasons, but in the name of principle, is the way of divine progress. Perseverance can be difficult, for in every undertaking, there is a certain amount of dull routine. Don't be ruled, therefore, by likes and dislikes, but do whatever has to be done. If it is right, let nothing intervene until the job is finished. So now let us affirm in a loud voice, commanding the attention of the conscious mind. I will finish what I set my mind to do.
I will finish what I set my mind to do.
Before leaving it for something else.
Before leaving it for something else.
My word is my bond.
My word is my bond.
And also my resolution.
And also my resolution.
And now in a more conversational tone, I will finish what I set my mind to do.
I will finish what I set my mind to do.
Before leaving it for something else.
Before leaving it for something else.
My word is my bond.
My word is my bond.
So also is my resolution.
So also is my resolution.
And now more softly in a whisper. I will finish what I set my mind to do. Before leaving it for something else. My word is my bond. So also is my resolution. And now taking it deeper in silence into the subconscious, without moving lips or tongue. I will finish what I set my mind to do before leaving it for something else. My word is my bond. So also is my resolution. Now with rising aspiration, bringing your attention to the point between the eyebrows, taking this affirmation into the superconscious mind, affirm in deep silence. I will finish what I set my mind to do before leaving it for something else. My word is my bond. So also is my resolution. Prayer. Though the sirens of distraction call me to turn aside and relax the sternness of my dedication, keep me steadfast on the path, Lord. My goal in life is Thee. Now we'll have a reading from the Rays of the One Light.
This week's reading, week 47, Reincarnation, the Spiritual Staircase. Truth is one and eternal. Realize oneness with it and your deathless self within. The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. In the book of Revelation, chapter 3, Jesus Christ tells us, "Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out." There is a difference between church dogmas, which are based on reasoned deductions from scriptural statements, and the pronouncements of wisdom, which are based on the inner realization of scriptural truths. Reason, like a train, can only follow already existing tracks of human experience. Human memory, being short, is seldom able to cross back over the threshold of a person's present existence. Biblical references to previous lifetimes on Earth are overlooked in the deductive process and we find them therefore excluded from the body of official dogma. Nevertheless, such references exist. The Bible itself presents them, as does Jesus in this passage, not as abstract teaching, but as direct personal perception of truth. In the same way, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita silences Arjuna's reasonable doubts on the subject, not by reasoned argument, but by the frank statement contained in the 4th chapter of that great scripture. Arjuna, you and I have passed through many births. I know all of them, though you, O chastiser of foes, recall them not. Thus, through Holy Scripture, God has spoken to mankind. Oh, oh, oh.
Good morning, everyone. So I'll start with this reading from Whispers from Eternity. This is number 23. Just let me get the screen so I can, here we go. Prayer demand for removing the cork of ignorance. No more shall my consciousness remain bottled in this little vessel of flesh, corked with ignorance. No more will I remain moving through the sea of cosmic consciousness, night and day, years, decades, and how many incarnations, so close yet never able to contact thy sea. Through the bursting vibration of cosmic sound and the surging of thy holy name, I have removed the cork of ignorance which so long separated me from thee, though we lived together so closely. Now my body consciousness will meet thy all-surrounding, all-pervading consciousness. No longer will I walk heedlessly in thee, but never knowing and feeling thee. Thine image within me shall meet thine image everywhere. By releasing the I-ness in me, I will know that I am thou, and that thou alone art the little egos of us all. So I just wanted to tell a couple of jokes on this topic of reincarnation, just short ones. So what are a Buddhist's favorite flowers? Or you could say a Hindu, anyone who might believe in this subject. Reincarnations. And here's one I just thought was a little silly, but if reincarnation does exist, I want to be reincarnated as a fly, just to see if it really is that difficult to escape from my bedroom. So this is a wonderful topic. I love talking about it because these days most people actually do believe in reincarnation, even though it was, taken out of the Bible. And as Roy was reading in the readings, there's still references to it. But even my parents, who were old-fashioned, I think they came to understand and believe in this concept of reincarnation. It's interesting because it's not scientifically proven, and yet there are so many instances of cases where people remember. And one thing is, I remember being maybe 8 or 10, and JFK, John Kennedy, had been shot, and then a few years later, his brother was shot and killed, and Martin Luther King. And I just thought, this doesn't make sense. Why why would great people like that, be taken out of their lives so soon, too early? And I had a friend who had polio, and she wore a leg brace, and I often thought, well, why does this happen to her? But it didn't happen to someone else. I mean, I lived very blessed life, always had enough to eat, and I wasn't sick. I didn't have a permanent disability. Another one, I had friends who were Catholic, and I know I just could never understand this concept that a baby would go to hell if it died before it was baptized. So that was the one that does not make sense. So for, even at a very young age, I knew there was something wrong with the way the way life was being portrayed, which was you get one shot at it, and it just didn't make sense. And when I started to read the Eastern teachings, it was like, yes, of course, it's a school. Life is a school, and just like grades, we progress, or sometimes we might get held back, go backwards a little bit if we didn't do very well in a particular lifetime. But as Master said, life is for our education and entertainment. I love that phrase. And of course, we want it to be fun and joyful. It's not all just hard work. The affirmation is a very appropriate perseverance, because when you think about the song that I started with, Through Many Lives, and if one could count the drops in the endless sea, they would come to billions, yet as vast as are their numbers. So many years I've wandered far from you. Well, the good news, folks, is that we're pretty close, because the fact that we're even here and interested in these things, and we even though we may not be masters yet, we are mastering ourselves, and that's the whole process, as we are learning and we are getting better and better at it, and we are progressing. And if we looked at our long span of life, we'd see that we are pretty close to the final liberation. So I want to tell a couple of stories, because I was reading. There's a lot of there's books written about this, and maybe some of you have read some of these stories. There, as I said, they can't technically be proven, but when you look at all the facts, it's hard to disprove them. So back in the 30s, there was a young girl in India, and her name was Shanti Devi. And as soon as she learned to speak, she began to talk about, tell her parents about her life in a different town, and she would share memories about the food she ate or what she wore, and even her name, and how she had died giving birth to her son. And obviously these kinds of things, this is in the 30s. She's just a young child, and her parents were not like feeding her this information. It was all coming from inside her. And so then she revealed the name of her husband, and they found that he was still alive, and he actually lived exactly where she said. And this became such a sensation at that time in India that even Gandhi, who I don't know if he was the leader of India, but he actually sent a delegation to this town, and with the girl and her parents from her current lifetime. And when they arrived by train, and then they put her in the front carriage with the instructions to the driver to not to just do what she said, and she led them exactly to her home. And um, and she had said, oh, she had left she'd hidden a box with money in it underneath the floorboard. So she immediately went up to her bedroom and she lifted up the floorboard, and there was the box, but there was no money in it. And then her husband said, well, he had actually taken the money. But it was a joyful reunion with her husband and her son, who was, I think, around 10 or by that point. And even she led them to her parents' home. And you can imagine the the joy that was present there. And then there's another story that is more recent, from about 20 years ago. And this was in the Hindu paper. And this is one of those only in India stories. It just kind of made me laugh when I came across this many years ago. It's the same kind of story. The girl's name was Manisha, and as soon as she could speak, she told her parents that her name was really Suman, and she had died of typhoid when she was 15. And she told them her parents' names and where they had lived. And then a relative actually checked into it and found out that it was true. There was a town, and those people, the parents lived there, and they had lost their daughter when she was 15. And so again, there was a joyful reunion. And the part that I love the most is that they all then lived together. They all moved in together. The parents, the parents from her previous life, and the girl Suman, and the parents from her current life. I think that's a cute story. But there are many stories like that, and there are books written about them too. So reincarnation. Well, we kind of, I think, proven the point that it is true, and we need to just keep persevering, doing our best in each lifetime. We keep getting pulled back by our desires, and as we know, if you practice Kriya or studying Kriya, we have these energy centers, the chakras, and they have the little seeds of our desires from all of our lifetimes that we have not been able to burn up and purify. We haven't been able to get rid of yet. And they're the little vortexes of energy. They create, that's what we're left with after we drop the body. We still have those energy centers, and they are what determine our next lifetime. And so this is the beauty of Kriya, because this is a powerful technique where we are able to draw the energy up and actually burn up those little seeds of desires, and hopefully make good progress in this lifetime, so that we don't have as many desires to pull us back. And long ago, I determined, okay, I can't really do much about the past karma, but I can do my best to not create any more karma in this lifetime, because if they just keep piling on and piling on lifetime after lifetime, it's going to be a while. One of my favorite movies is Groundhog Day. And if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth seeing. I actually bought the video years ago because I liked it so much, and would have a tradition of watching it on February 2nd, which is Groundhog Day. But that's not the point of it. The point of it is it's a great cast, and it takes place in the little town of Puxatawney, where a news crew has gone to film the groundhog coming out to determine whether we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter or not. And so the main character, Bill Murray, who's a cynical man, he keeps waking up every morning in the same place. And as the movie progresses, he recognizes that he has to become a better person. And so, and for him, the motivation was to win the love of the leading lady. And so, I mean, again, you can definitely apply that to our lives. You know, we want to have that oneness with the divine spirit, with God. And so we keep trying to improve ourselves. And it's a very entertaining movie. So I highly recommend that. I'm going to quote from Asha's book, Light Bearer. So she says, later I asked Swamiji a question about reincarnation, what causes it and how to avoid it. Longing and regret, he said simply. That is what brings you back life after life. I'll read that again. Longing and regret. Longing for what you never had or you lost too soon. The desire for revenge, to get even with those who wronged you. Regret over missed opportunities. Ill-considered actions you need to make right. All are equally binding. Concerned lest desire trap me once again, I said, but I could repeat those first 10 years at Ananda in a heartbeat. It was heaven on earth. And Swamiji replied, that's different. That longing is of the soul, not the ego. It doesn't bind, it liberates. So it's an important point to, you know, what are they uplifting, you know, God yearning desires or longings? And in that case, yes, it's those kinds of desires are okay. I want to read from, this is also from Whispers from Eternity, and it doesn't have a number. It's just entitled Whispers from Eternity. I was deaf, but eternity whispered to me unceasingly. My wisdom's hearing power slowly woke, and I heard the whispers of eternity becoming ever clearer in response to my sacred demands. I asked eternity, what do thy whispers mean? The whispers grew stronger until at last, quite suddenly, eternity answered. Hear the voice of uninterrupted guidance. I am God's spokesman, eternity. I have whispered to thee through thy slumber of ages. Awake! Now thou art awake, and my whispers will never cease from saying, wake all thy brothers. In sleeping minds everywhere, my whispers can constantly work. Work thou with me through living eternal whispers, that all may hear his voice. I replied to eternity, I will send my whispers to all my sleeping brothers, saying, awake, get ready, come home to his perennial peace. And I will borrow thy voice, eternity, when my earthly voice can no more be heard. Then I will continue to utter through thee, oh, listen to his all-solacing soul whispers. I will wait for all, uttering to them eternity's whispers. As my countless human brothers and also beasts and atom sparks all slowly travel toward their own final freedom, their long train seemingly endless, I will softly say through these whispers from eternity, awake, let us all together go home, following the whispered summons of his ever-calling voice. So we are so fortunate to have so many brothers and sisters to support us during this time. I have to say that I went through a challenging time recently. I got COVID, and it wasn't the COVID so much, it was the events leading up to it, where I went through a very stressful time, and it was things were said about me that were not true, and it kind of plunged me into a place of real self-examining and examination, and it coincided with I really truly believe that I got the COVID because my immune system was weakened. I felt like I had been psychically attacked, um, and so I mean, I had not gotten COVID before, and I do so much traveling, and I take care of myself, and I take all the natural remedies, and am pretty cautious, um, and and I thought, oh, maybe I'm immune to it, you know, but no, because I do feel like my immune system took a big hit, um, and after this event happened, the next day I started getting sick, and I didn't get very sick, but I was forced to take a isolation, and I can't exactly call it a seclusion because I caught up on Netflix and things like that. And but it was hard emotionally, um and you know, there were times I felt discouraged, and um but because of this path, and uh dear Guru Rise, and the music was huge, and meditation and affirmations, you know, I pulled out of it. But this is why I think this affirmation of perseverance is important to remember. I mean, we're going to go through these moments where we're going to get discouraged, um, but you know, we have such wonderful tools, and we have to reach out also for help if we're floundering. Because if you think about it, I mean, first of all, I didn't want to even talk to anybody because I thought, let's bring them down. I'm being negative. I'm not being a good yogi, all these things. And, but when I confided in a close friend, and if you think about yourself, you would want to be there for your friends. And yes, it's kind of, you feel ashamed for, you know, for having those moments, but they happen to everyone. It's not going to be a smooth ride, but they do give us strength to get through. And it's like, I may have mentioned this quote before, but it's Maria von Trapp. When God closes a door, he opens a window. And I have a friend, when I was going through another difficult time many years ago, who said, yeah, but there's hell in the hallway. So when we get stuck in that dark hallway, we have to use everything we can. We pull out all of the tools, and slowly, sometimes quickly, sometimes not as quickly, we do pull ourselves out. And we are so blessed to have this line of gurus, these great ones here, and especially our beloved Yogananda. So I want to end my talk here. This is not to be confused with the offertory, because we'll have a different song, but I have to sing this song because, again, this is a poem of Yogananda's, God's Boatman, that was put together, put to music by a great musician who used to live at Ananda. I want to ply my boat many times, across the gulf after death. I want to load my boat with those waiting thirsty ones who are left behind, and carry them by opal pools of iridescent joy to my Father. Oh, I will come again and again, cross crossing a billion crags of suffering, with bleeding feet, a trillion times, as long as one is left behind, as long as one of you seek my divine in me. I want thee, oh my God, that I may give thee to all. I want salvation, Lord, that I may give it to all, that I may show others how to free themselves forever and forever in thee. I am God's boatman, come and ride with me to eternity. I am God's boatman, come and ride with me to eternity, to eternity, to eternity. So we have that wonderful promise. We're not alone. So now we will have our offering, and Jean will play this song during the offertory. I would sing it, but it's got beautiful parts, and actually it is me singing it, so it's just not live. I can't sing all three parts at once live, so you get the recorded version. Whispering within your soul, hints of laughter, hints of joy, sweet songs of sadness, of quenchless yearning for the light, for my love, your true home. Long your heart has played the dancer, long you've toyed with nearest shadows of the treasures left behind you, deep in your soul. Long you've plumbed the dark for answers, long you've begged from beggars' empty hands, gifts of life they too were seeking, gifts none could share. Friend So, Ines, do you want to do the offertory prayer? Sorry, that should have happened before the song.
Great, thank you. So offertory prayer. Please take what you would like to give, place it in your right hand, and repeat after me. Divine Mother, we offer to thee the fruit of our labors. Bless this offering, that it serve as a channel of thy light to truth-seeking souls everywhere. Peace. Amen.